guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be filming another story time video, and this video is something that I've tried to film literally 3 times, but every single time something happens in the video or I mess something up appearance wise, and I'm just like, no bitch, like I'm gonna upload that shit to the internet. Oh my god, I'm sitting on the arm of my couch and my god, like I'm not a boy. Also, another thing, I know my hair kind of looks a little ratch. I actually do have more hair. I'm just not showing you all of it because fuck my hair, basically. Okay, so this video is going to be about a crazy motel story, and this actually happened to me back when I was probably like 15 or I would say 15, maybe 14, I don't know. But pretty much me and my parents always used to go on little like family holidays. So we went to this little trip where we were going to go all around Victoria. So we went to all these different places in Victoria and we drove there and we just stayed at motels. We went like all around Victoria and then we finally got to Melbourne, and it was one of our like last stops before we went back the other way. So I'd never been to Melbourne before. This is my first time. We had booked into this motel. I don't know whether we'd booked it prior to the holiday or whether or not we had just sort of turned up and like gotten a motel anywhere. I'm not too sure, because I think we actually did go to a few multiple motels, but like I don't remember because like all I can think about is food all the time, so I don't remember anything. We got to this motel. I don't know what time it is. I think it was maybe in the afternoon or so, and it wasn't anything special. It was just a random motel, you know, like there's cheap motels. We got there and then we walked in to you know, check in and whatever, and went into the room. And you know, I was sort of sitting there because as a teenager, like bitch, I didn't want to be playing around with my parents. Like I just wanted to be doing my own thing. So I had my Walkman in, probably listened to some Britney Spears, and I was like colouring in or something as a 14-year-old. Like yes bitch, I was that person. Or writing in my diary or reading the Babysitters Club books. I don't really know what I was doing. I was doing something cray. So we were sitting there, and then I guess it was around dinner time, and we didn't really want to go out to dinner. We just wanted to like order in because we were tired. And this is just me and my 2 parents. Like I don't have any brothers and sisters, so this was just, that's it. My mum decided to call up the reception because, you know, sometimes, I don't know if it still happens because I haven't stayed in a motel where I've like picked up the phone in ages, but it used to like go to like reception. Some motels it goes to the reception and they call out, I don't know. But anyway, so my mum called reception to ask her if she could give some numbers for some takeaway places, a pizza place, something that we could order in. Back in that day, like we didn't have mobile phones. Well, my parents didn't, so we didn't really have any way to kind of look it up ourselves. So my mum just rang reception and asked if there was any places that we could get takeaway. So, you know, like typically customer service, you own a business, you probably should be nice when someone rings up just looking for a phone number. This bitch, oh no, hell, she was asking for her 1s and 2s. She was apparently like, I don't know if she had been like already drinking or whether or not she'd started drinking when we got there, but she was pretty much like drunk. This bitch who like owned the motel, like no joke, she either owned it or she managed it, I don't know, but she was an older lady and we didn't know that she was drunk. My mum just rang up and asked her if she could give like a number, and this lady was like, no, I can't give you numbers for a takeaway place, and then hung up the phone. So anyways, my dad, being kind of like having some anger issues, won't lie, decided to go over to reception and just be like, why the hell did you just hang up on my wife? Like we're just literally asking for like a number for a pizza place, like ain't nothing shady. When he was over there, he like came back and said that she was drinking out of a wine bottle like whilst she was talking to him, and like she clearly was like tipsy, or at least tipsy, but like most likely drunk. So anyways, my dad came back and then my mum was in a mood. We were all sort of in a mood because nothing was sort of working out. So my mum was like, that's it, I'm just going to leave and I'm going to go like walk down the street and try and find like KFC or something like that. So she like left, and then my dad was like, well, I can't let her like walk the streets of Melbourne by herself. Like she doesn't even know this area and like she's just by herself, and it was getting dark. So my dad was like, look, you stay here, I'll lock the door in the motel and I'm going to go and find her. My mum, like, bitch, she should have just stayed her ass in the motel room. Like, I don't know why she's trying to make trouble. The door to the motel was one of those ones back in the day where it like locked with a chain. So I'm just sitting there minding my own damn business, listening to some music, whatever. And then next minute I hear a knock on the door, and I was like, well, if it was one of my parents, they wouldn't have knocked on the door like, oh, they would knock on the door, but like they would just be like, hey, it's like me. Like they wouldn't just knock on the door. So anyways, I heard this knock on the door and I took my earphones out and I was like, who is it? Fucking course I said, who is it? What else would I say? Like, fucking Merry Christmas. And this lady's like, it's the lady from reception. Now, I'd never been in a position like this before, and I'd always been told by my parents, like, don't answer the door to strangers, don't ever get in a stranger's car. And I was super paranoid. I'm even paranoid now. Like, if some bitch knocked on my door right now, like, I would be out there, like, punching Jackie Chan, because I hate when people do that. Like, I just get worried that it's going to be someone like about to rob me or like stab me in the eye. So anyways, I was like, who is it? And then she's like, the lady from reception. And I hadn't seen this woman from reception before. I was like, I don't even know if this woman's from reception. Like, there could have been some child molesters waiting outside of the motel, and then they could have seen my parents leave. Like, of course, like, chances are, but it could happen. So she was like, oh, what, you know, it's the lady from reception. I was like, well, I don't know if this is the lady from reception. Like, it could have been someone that saw my parents leave and they're just like wanting to take me. Like, who wouldn't want to take this? I was like, what do you want? Because I was like, I don't know what you're here for. Like, we don't have any dirty linen. Like, go back. So she was like, I'm just really upset. And you could tell like she was drunk. Like, you could tell she was tipsy and like all over the place. She was slurring her words. And anyway, so I, like, because there was a curtain, like a window, so I opened up the curtain and kind of looked out, and it was a lady, it was a woman, but still, I didn't know that she was, like, a friggin' receptionist. Like, she could have been in the slave trade industry. Like, she could have been looking for some 14-year-old Caucasian to be working on the streets for her. Like, how do I know? You know what I mean? Like, you gotta be trusting people. You've got to be on your A game, because you don't know. And basically, she was just sitting there, and she was like, and mind you, this woman is probably in her 50s. Like, she's probably dead now, and I was 14. Like, literally, just picture that. So this bitch is sitting there and she's like, I'm really annoyed that your dad came over here yelling at me. Like, I'm gonna lie, like, he probably did go over there, like, he had a short temper. So I'm not even gonna say he didn't yell at her, but like, the bitch should have had like better customer service. Like, she was a manager or like the owner, like, come on. So anyways, she's like, your dad came over here and yelled at me for hanging up the phone on your mother. And I was like, well, yeah. She was completely off her face, and she was like slurring. She's like, I don't appreciate your father. And I'm like, I'm a 14-year-old. Like, you don't even know me. You've never met me before. Like, who are you? She's like, I don't appreciate your father doing that. Like, whatever, blah, blah. I don't even know what she said. So anyways, she was like looking in, and she's like, can you just let me in? Which is so unprofessional. Like, bitch, if she did that right now, I'd pump her out. But she was like, can you just let me in? No, I can't, bitch. Like, are you fucking serious? Like, are you really serious right now? And behind, like, it was like a very small motel room, and you know when you can kind of see the bathroom from the door? The bathroom door was open and the light was on, but there was no one in the shower, of course. No one was there apart from me. So I was like, my mum's just in the shower, because she's like, can I speak to your mum or your dad? And I'm like, my mum's just, as if I've done something wrong. And I'm like, my mum's in the shower, and she's looking like legit through the door. She's like, I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, you do not need to be looking there. Like, I've just told you my mum's in the shower. Like, believe it. Of course, like, she probably knew that she wasn't, because there was no shower running. And if my mum was like in the bathroom hearing this happen, she of course would have come out. Like she'd be sitting in there like putting on her lipstick while this is happening. And then I, just because I'm a weak little shit, I started crying. Like, I was like, can you please, like, just leave? Like, I'm sorry that my dad did that. Like, he's got a short temper. Like, I know, but I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening. Like, it's not my fault. And she's just like, oh, well, don't cry. I'm like, oh, right. Okay, so you're going to come over here and be yelling at me for something I didn't even do when I'm a 14-year-old teenage girl in a completely different state and a completely new town. You're 50 years old and you're drunk. You're trying to get into my motel room, and you think I should be sitting there not crying. Like, she ended up leaving. And then when my parents came home, I was like on the ground. Like, I was in fetal position. I was like, oh my God. And they're like, what's wrong? And I'm like, bitches, you left me here sitting in this motel room, and this crazy bitch came over from the reception and was having a go at me. Like, and it's funny because I guess my parents like had come down on the walk to like go and get food. When they were back, they were so calm. Like, I'm sitting there having a go, and they're sitting there like, I'm sure it wasn't like that. I was like, 1 minute ago you were over there having a shit stir with her, and now you're saying that she's fine and like nothing's wrong. So anyways, my dad ended up going over there and was like, did you come and like knock on our door and like harass our child basically? And they ended up like making up, like, you know, being like, okay, I'm really sorry, it's obviously been a miscommunication, whatever. And they ended up like making up and being fine, whatever. My dad came back and he was like, oh, you know, she's just like drunk and she's just an old lady, and she like apologized and whatever. And anyway, so the next day, like, no one even cared about me. Like, I'm sitting there like fucking scarred for life. The next day that we left, because I'd been such a weakling when it happened, we were like driving out of the driveway, and I looked back and I could see this motel receptionist, or like whoever the damn she was, looking out of the window, and I was like, at the back door, like middle finger up in the air, deuces, peace out, mofo. I was like, you are not going to mess with me. I was like, why did I just do that? Like, literally when I'm never going to see her again. Like, that's me. I'm like all talk, and then like when I know I'm not going to see anyone, I'm like so anyways, that was pretty much the story of my crazy motel story. I don't know what motel it is, otherwise I would tell you not to go there, but as I said, she's probably dead anyway, because she was like drinking her damn self to the grave. Like, I just couldn't believe that someone would have like that bad of customer service. Like, if I did that at my work and like was harassing someone like that, I would be on a fucking like noose right now, because I just can't believe some people do that. Like, I don't even care if you own the business, like, you don't act like that. You are insane. So that is basically it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you found it funny. I find it funny now, but if I ever saw that bitch, let me just tell you, I've still got like deep hidden anger for that woman. Like, how dare you come over and interrupt me while I'm sitting there reading the Babysitter's Club book to get angry at me, and like, where was my wine bottle? Like, had that been me now, I probably would have joined her, but back at that day, like, it was just so scary to have some random person come to your friggin' thing and try and get in with a latch. Like, I could have been in the slave trade, guys. But please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to follow me on all my social media, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye. Just finished filming my story video. I filmed a crazy motel story that happened to me when I was a teenager, but just bringing it up, it made me so scared. Just finished filming my story video.